Hi, my name's Leo, and today I'm learning how to be a better wife. I apparently am a terrible wife because I'm not classic enough. And according to this next YouTuber, I need to be more classical in order to finally satisfy my man. Also, another huge problem is that I'm a straight man myself, so that hurts my chances of getting of being a great wife. But I'm not gonna let that deter me, because today we're taking a look at YouTuber Classical Abby, and she's gonna teach us how to be a good girl. Now, for those of you who don't know who Classical Abby is, you might have heard the name Abby Shapiro, or you might have heard the name Shapiro, because that last name does sound oddly similar to Ben Shapiro. That would be because that is Ben's younger sister, and she is just like him. I don't know what the hell happened in that family, but they are very argumentative people, and they have a need to be right, and the ego is just through the roof, which in itself is not a problem. But for context, the only thing I know about Ben Shapiro is that he went to Harvard, and he graduated with everything but charm, so the one thing he needed. And the only other thing I know about him is that he doesn't like rap music, as evidenced here.
There are three elements to music. There is harmony, there is melody, and there's rhythm. Okay. And rap only fulfills one of these, the rhythm section. That there's not a lot of melody and there's not a lot of harmony. It's not actually a form of music, it's a form of rhythmic speaking.
So he hates it because it sucks and it's trash. But his sister is a singer, and let me tell you, she's a classical singer. Because when you listen to her sing, I'm not lying, she sings opera. And here is a performance of hers which will blow your brains out.
Oh, say, can you see?
I wish I didn't.
By the dawn's early light.
You know, if you love your country so much, you shouldn't butcher the anthem, right? Right? That should be the I'm just saying, if you love your country, don't sing, for the love of God. At the end of the thing, she actually gets so crazy, her eyes and mouth open to unnatural human levels. Here, watch.
O'er the land of the and the home of the brave.
Oh my God, I didn't wake up thinking that I was gonna have nightmares in reality, like normally you have dreams of it, but okay. So she's a singer. She's like Luciano Pavarotti if he sounded like Lil Wayne and still tried to do opera. So that is Classical Abby, and she really is set in her ways as a woman. In fact, so much so that people have messaged me asking to take a look at her because of her conservative and special views, let's just say that. Instead of liberating women, which I thought most people should be doing in 2022, she sort of goes against that curve. And while I respect her opinion, I think most of it, objectively speaking, is pretty sucky. So today we're taking a look at that. Also, before we start, thank you so much for 500,000 subscribers. That number seems ridiculous still, and I don't know where we're gonna go from here, but if you'd like to subscribe, that would be nice. If you'd like to follow me on my Instagram, it's sixteenleo_. That way you can give me more ideas and I can watch more people like this beautiful, lovely lady. You know, it occurred to me that it is 2022 and we should be expressing ourselves in many, many ways. It's part of moving forward in nature, and it seems to me the more we move forward, the more some people seem to want to move back. Not just stay put, but they're like, I need the classic way. You know how we did it in the 1920s? We did a lot of things in the 1920s that we don't do today. I'm pretty sure they gave you quaaludes just to fly on planes. And also, a word that rhymes with bravery. The first video I saw of Classic Abby is one of her greatest hits. It's called Why You Should Dress Modestly. And let me tell you, I keep hanging around the wrong guys because my ass cheeks be sticking out. People saying, I want to clap it, Leo. You know, I just attract the wrong kind of attention. My man titties be hanging out. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. So maybe Classical Abby can help me. And maybe she could help you too. Because if you have a girlfriend or boyfriend or partner and you're dressing like too sexily, you better go back into that nun suit because you're getting none of this. Okay? Classic Abby all the way.
Hello, beautiful ladies.
Hello. She called me a beautiful lady.
and welcome to today's video, where we're going to be talking about modesty, why it's important, and why it doesn't mean looking like garbage.
Okay, why is her eyes going so high and so loud into me? Oh my god, I did not expect the eyes to be like, I'm Classical Abby and I'm gonna kill you if you don't listen to what I say.
Modesty. It's a concept that some women truly hate. It's also a concept that a lot of women embrace. First off, what is it?
Yeah, okay. That's a great way to start. Modesty. What is it? Let's look it up. Modesty. The quality or state of being unassuming in the estimation of one's ability. Huh. So don't underestimate your ability to wear clothes, ladies. Do it.
Modesty is dressing in a way that doesn't sexualize your body. Even for those of us who do dress modestly, sometimes it's hard. It's fun to dress in a way that makes you desirable.
You know what the thing is? Abby sometimes says the correct thing in the wrong context. It is okay to dress however you want. It's completely fine to also dress modestly. Nobody's saying you should flash the goals to everyone so that they can crash on their motorbikes while looking at you. But at the same time, if this is the thing that makes you feel comfortable and makes you feel confident about yourself, who am I or who is anybody else to say you shouldn't be doing that, you know? I just don't believe in it. But if you want to dress modestly, who am I to say you shouldn't do that either? So Abby's right, but everybody else should also be right. That's all I'm saying.
And do you want to be noticed for being beautiful or being sexy? Modesty is about treating your body with respect. It's about recognizing reality. That men are visual creatures.
Is it not funny how someone so conservative could agree so much with, let's just say, the hijab or something else that the Eastern tradition, which they hate, usually conservative people hate that. It's ironically funny sometimes. She's ironically Abby at times.
It's about dressing beautifully and attractively, but not garishly. It's about embracing femininity. And it's about dressing in public in a way that's appropriate for everyone.
But you can't dress for everyone. If you were to dress for me, I'd say wear less. Genuine, I'm that kind of guy. But if you were to dress for old man Smithers, put some clothes on. This dude has x-ray vision. He's gonna see through it. You can't dress for everyone. You gotta pick what you like. It's not about what other people like. And famously so, you cannot please everybody.
From children to grandparents to moms and dads.
Again, a thing that I've never heard, but I should write down. You gotta dress for the children. Okay? Well, the problem is you're dressing to not attract the kids. You need to start dressing to attract everyone. Old men, kids, whatever. Honestly, I think what she's saying is wear a poncho, because that is just great. I love ponchos.
Modesty is a way for you to respect yourself and respect others. When you go to the park and you're surrounded by families with children, is it fair to dress in a way that's distracting?
Who are you distracting from? What are you going to a park with the kids for? Who, me? I don't go to the park for the kids. I don't want to see the kids. I thought you wanted me to be a good girl. Why am I going to the park with the kids to distract the men from other kids? What?
No. Instead, dress in a way that's appropriate for the occasion. When you meet a guy and immediately have a connection, you have one chance to make an impression.
You got one opportunity. Would you ever capture it or just let it slip? His knees are heavy, knees weak, arms are heavy, but in her sweater, it's Balenciaga. Oh, I forgot his Prada.
Do you want him to leave having your body at the forefront of his mind, or you?
Hopefully both, because, and I hate to say this, Abby, but your man probably thought you were attractive physically as well as mentally. I'm sorry, Abby. Maybe I'm just breaking the ice right now. He probably was like,
damn, she's fine.
Because physical attraction is pretty important. I know that it's not always important to everyone. I think in general, and especially towards guys, I could generalize and say it's quite an important feature at some point, given the fact that they need to be attracted to you in order to make a connection, because they don't know you. Do you get what I'm saying, Abby? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? You have to have both. I mean, it's good that it would be much better if he's like, not only do I find her beautiful inside, but also outside, as opposed to,
oh my God, she's ugly, but such a good person.
Of course there are men who will look at you this way no matter what. But more men will think of you as a sex object if you dress like one than if you dress like a lady.
Whoa! Okay. I beg to differ. I think that if you're wearing something And it's like that it shows confidence, and that's a good trait to have, because I'd like someone who's confident about how they look. I like someone who's able to show off the features that they're proud of. I mean, you do it with your face and makeup. Why not do it with your body? Where does it stop? You know what I mean? Abby over here is wearing a lot of makeup, so she's accentuating certain features. I just don't understand the difference and correlation.
Does that mean you should look like garbage when you meet someone?
Yes!
Absolutely not.
Damn it. I thought that I could dress like a garbage can. And if someone loves me as a garbage can, then they're definitely gonna love me as a good-looking person.
I'm guessing you don't want to attract the kind of man who is only looking to spend one night with you.
No. No one-nighters for me. I need a man who's gonna hold me down for the rest of my life. Cause I'm trying to be Leo, the good wife. Carry on.
But when you dress immodestly, men are wired to have one thing on the brain. Men are wired to have one thing on the brain. Dressing modestly is such a feminine thing to do. And here's the thing. You can dress modestly and beautifully.
Okay, show me how. You didn't show me how. You just said dress for everyone. You didn't even tell me what dress to wear. Just tell me what to wear, Abby. Do I wear heels or Crocs? Which one?
There are so many examples of this. Look at Kate Middleton, Michelle Obama, and Ivanka Trump.
Yeah, but Ivanka Trump was so good-looking, her own dad tried to bang her. I don't even know what to say about that one. That's really weird to me.
Although she does have a very nice figure. I've said that if Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. You know.
Stop it! Oh, it's so weird!
Oh, no. Why? Every time I think about it, it gets worse.
Nobody looks at them and thinks, wow, they're frumpy.
What the hell is frumpy? Dowdy and old-fashioned. I didn't know that was a word. Frumpy.
Oh, girl, you're so frumpy.
I'm gonna start calling people that now. Thank you for that one, Abby.
You ain't grumpy. Old man, you frumpy.
Women like J-Lo and Shakira dancing in sparkly leotards and being praised for their bodies doesn't really help either. Because at 50 years old, do you want to be trying to be praised for your body or praised for your
Family.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm gonna write that down and then I'm gonna say something about it. I am dead serious when I tell you this. At 50 years old, I want to look in the best shape of my life. Because I think that is the best flex. Literally, I'd like to be flexing my muscles. J-Lo at 50 is mint. The amount of work that she has to put in, I would be worried if she didn't show it off. Same with Shakira. Are you kidding me? Do you know how amazing that is? And they also had kids and still managed to keep their figure? That is just disgustingly good. Are you kidding me? Whenever I look at Terry Crews, I don't look at him and I'm like, oh, he's so old and muscly. I'm like, wow, he maintained his figure throughout with that hard work. Same thing with The Rock. These guys are showing us that you're able to put in the work and actually achieve the results that you really want with that dedication. They're showing you that like 50 is not that old, that you can still do amazing things at any age if you put in the work. They're a testament to how good and how long life can truly be if you walk towards it. And yes, I'm sure there's a little vanity in being shirtless as a guy or showing your butt as a goal, but I think they deserve it. I think it's more than well deserved at that age. I'm sorry, I'm disagreeing with you, Abby. It's so classic of Leo to disagree with you, but I have to.
for your body or for your wisdom. Treating your sexiness like it's your best feature is a losing battle because time always wins.
Can you imagine her talking to a kid? Oh my god, she has kids, I forgot. Hello, little Tummy. You're gonna die one day, so don't even try, you little bitch. I can't believe she just said that. Alright, you can't fight time, you're gonna lose anyway. Yep, that's it. Time's gonna win. You might as well just die and save yourself some.
But I hope that when I'm 50, people are talking about my accomplishments as a mother, as a wife, and as a woman with values, not my muscle tone.
You know they can do both, Abby. It's possible to be like, wow, that's a hardworking, amazing, beautiful, on the inside, strong, independent, lovely woman. But also...
God damn, she's fine.
I don't know. It's been 3-4 minutes. I know less than what I knew before. I thought modesty was just being unassuming and being grateful and humble. Apparently, modesty is I need to wear way more clothes than I already have and also get a poncho and just dye it.
It means not wearing something that shows off every curve and crevice of your body when it might be better off left in the bedroom.
By the way, what about these curvy girls? What about girls who actually have a hard time just wearing normal clothing because anything they wear becomes curvy because there's like...
Curvier than racing tracks.
What about them? Were you gonna make them feel bad for being a certain way, for being born a certain way, for looking a certain way? Come on, Abby. That's not very classical. In fact, that's too classical, Abby. I don't need the stick figures. I think it's great. Show it off. Do whatever you want. But don't make people feel bad for how their bodies are. Come on now.
And I'm not criticizing anyone for it. I'm just offering you an alternative. So ladies, let's be classic. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts.
And so they did. They really let her know in the comments. 26,000 likes to 160,000 dislikes. Lovely. Do you want to be known for being beautiful or being sexy? Why not both? Great question. Confidence doesn't equal consent. Don't get it twisted, Bridget. True. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Oh, honey, you'll hear them. There's no freaking way someone could dress like a sex object. Let them dress how they want. They're a person, not an object. This is just astounding. Who do you want to be desirable to? Myself. I think people in the comments are pretty much getting it. It's about being comfortable in your own skin and doing something that you want to and putting yourself out there in the world without worrying about what other people think. Because their opinions, 1, could change, 2, might not always be right, and 3, don't really matter towards your life. In most cases. So, I really don't think there's any reason to care more than you should. But Abby thinks so. So now that I know how to dress, I need to know how to stop hooking up with people. I keep hooking up with so many people, and I need to learn that maybe I shouldn't hook up with as many people as I thought. So Abby's going to teach me now why I need to stop. Ladies, stop hooking up.
Hello, beautiful ladies.
Hi. Every time she says it, it gets better.
And welcome to today's video, where we're going to be talking about why you should stop hooking up.
Oh, she's doing the eye thing again. It's every time she does the eye thing.
If you're a woman in 2020,
I'm only a woman when I want to be.
Sleeping with him is the easiest way for him to take you and your feelings for granted. Holding out will tell you whether he's willing to wait and will tell him that you're worth waiting for.
Damn, so hold out for a man. That is horrible advice, I gotta say. Hold out for a man. That's an interesting topic because some people do believe in waiting for marriage, and I think that's perfectly fine. I think that's cute. Some people don't. I think that's also fine because you need to find the right person somehow. I agree with either method. What I don't agree with is holding out for someone, making them bloody wait, and probably agonizing and torturing the damn fellow because he just wants to have a nice time and is not going to do anything else. I mean, sure, don't give it up on the first day if you don't want to, but god damn, I feel like Abby's still waiting and she has a kid.
Hooking up with him could mask all of the problems in your relationship that would lead to your eventual breakup and just prolong the inevitable. Sex will only muddy the waters and prevent you from making a clear-headed decision.
Or that could help you make a good decision because if you like my opinion, which you probably don't, I think that's almost an integral part of a relationship. In order for longevity to happen, you have to have a good sex life. I'm sorry, but you do. I think if that degrades, then we don't have nothing. I don't know. What are you going to do?
I'm not going to emotionally bang you every day.
I'm sorry, classical Abby, but the bedroom is an important part of every relationship, believe it or not.
Having sex with the wrong person is the easiest way to prolong your loneliness since you'll be too distracted to find Mr. Right.
How else would you find Mr. Right if you're not finding Mr. Wrong first? How else can you really appreciate rich without being poor first? It's the classic Abby saying. You don't know what you have until you try it, Abby. How could you possibly know this person's right if you only had one? If I only had one flavor of ice cream my whole life, how do I know whether that's the best one? Do you know what I'm saying? You gotta try a little bit, Abby. Just a little. Oh, you have to be open to the idea other people might want to.
Maybe you want to have sex because, hey, it's fun.
It is.
You know what's not fun? STDs.
STD. Signified transition detectors. I don't know why she keeps bringing that up. Come on, Abby. Come on. They got things now, Abby. You don't have to do it like it's 1893. You don't have to put a little loaf of bread between your ding-dong and hope. There's ways. Contraception exists.
waking up next to someone you have no emotional connection with, and wasting your time. I'm not saying sex is bad. In fact, sex is wonderful. But sex with the wrong person is not.
What if you like having sex? What if that's just a part of your life and you're a sex-positive person? What, am I supposed to shame you for doing something you like that's legal and consensual between two human beings? Are you kidding me? What, I'm supposed to judge someone because they like a physical act and another person does it with them? Are you kidding me? How can you judge someone on that, Abby? How can you judge someone for doing something they like? Imagine if singing was taboo and you did it and you suck at it. What, I'm supposed to judge you now because you like doing it but it's legal? No. Sing all you want. Do your opera. I hope there's no glasses in your house. They're gonna break. But I'm not judging you. Don't judge the people who like doing that.
Sex by itself is nothing. It's regret when the act is done and sadness knowing nothing else will come of it.
There's something that's coming, but okay. Okay, sex is bad and it makes you feel... Okay. Sex sucks. Stop having it.
You know how you crave ice cream, but if you ate ice cream all the time, your healthy lifestyle would go out the window? It's the same with sex. That healthy lifestyle you want disappears when you have sex with anyone and everyone.
What? I didn't say that now. I didn't say that this is like this walking prostitute who just opens up like a door. Like she's like... like it's an alien spaceship and people just come in. Pun not intended. Sorry. I'm sure people have enough self-awareness or self-respect not to literally walk out on the street and be like,
Anyone can hit it.
I give people the benefit of the doubt. I think you should too.
There's a reason that women who wait until marriage to have sex are happier on average.
And you know what? Abby's right. She's right, Crash. She's right. She got me. She brought up an article. And once you bring up an article, you're right. This is how you win battles. You hold up articles. She's classic Abby. She holds up the newspaper from 1913 and she's like, look. Titanic. That didn't happen for another 2 years, but look. Fewer sex partners means a happier marriage. It's from the Atlantic, so you know it's right. People who have had sex with fewer people seem to be more satisfied after they tie the knot. Is there hope for promiscuous romantics? Is there? Well, I don't know, Abby, because on the same exact article, if you just look at the more story section, the second one says why happy people cheat. So if this girl is happier, she's gonna cheat on me. So what am I supposed to do? Do I make her sad so she stays with me? Abby, you've put me in a paradox. Can you please fix your own thing, please?
When you wait, you respect yourself and your body enough to share it with someone on a healthy timeline. So listen up, ladies. Let's be classic. Stop hooking up. It might be harder now, but it will be better in the long run.
Yep, so far we've learned to dress really modestly and don't hook up. So essentially, be a nun. So the last video is about marriage because classic Abby needs a classic thing like marriage, which I don't know if you believe in or not. Again, we're in 2022. We're exploring new topics and we're trying to be people who are open and actually challenging beliefs that have not been challenged in society for a long time. I think you need to challenge the way things were in order to make things the way that they're going to be. So things like marriage. Some people believe in it, some people don't. Either is fine. It doesn't mean that one person is necessarily right or wrong, but on Abby's channel, she's gonna tell you why you need to get married. And I wanna know, because I'm not married yet, and I really wanna get married. I want that hot, beautiful, sexy man.
I could do this all day.
Okay, Abby, take it away. Tell me why I need a man. 5 reasons marriage is awesome.
Hello, beautiful ladies,
It just never gets old, you know?
and welcome to today's video, where we're going to be talking about 5 reasons marriage is awesome.
Woo! Can't wait to get married. Yes!
So I've been married for 2 years now.
Woo! So sorry.
When I got married, some people would have said I was a little bit young. I got married at 24. Now, when I was growing up in a more Orthodox religious community, that age was actually just about right.
That's fine. I mean, if you know, you know. No problem with it. I personally want to get married a bit later on in life, but to each their own. No problem with it. No judgment. Hey, Avi, check that out. Not judging each other. How about that?
And a lot of the people around me thought that 24 was super young to get married. And a lot of them also thought that marriage was kind of silly. I knew a lot of my friends who said that they never even wanted to get married, that they thought that the whole premise was silly.
It is. It is. You put a ring on your hand, the ring, which is a man-made construct that has no value from the Boers, the South African place. I know. And then you're like, I promise that I'm gonna love you for the rest of my life. 2 years later, you bang someone else. Like, I don't even like you. Man-made construct. It is stupid. It's very cute as a thought. So I'm very conflicted because I understand both sides. You have to understand both sides to at least be open enough to agree.
I wanted to talk about today why marriage is amazing and why I'm so glad that I did get married at 24, that I am married now, and how much I love being married.
But do you love your husband? You haven't mentioned him yet. Isn't reason number one I got married because I love the person I'm married to? Or do you just like the idea of marriage?
Look at the things that I'm talking about in this video as something to look forward to.
One day there's gonna be a ring. Oh, it's the left hand. Oh, see, I'm so bad at it. I don't know. I've said this before, by the way, and I'm 100% serious because of conventional stereotypes and breaking them. I want a ring that's like reminiscent of a girl's ring, and I want a big rock on my hand as a straight guy. I'm just like, that's what I want. That's what's gonna happen. She was gonna have a big ring. I'm gonna have a big ring. I don't care. There's not gonna be a male band.
First thing that I love about being married is that there's always someone to hang out with.
That's what a friend is for. What the hell is wrong with... What? Is that the number one reason for marriage? That you have a friend? Why is it so sad now?
You want to go out? There's someone there who will go out with you. Whenever you want to go see a movie, your partner will go with you.
That's not true. What if your partner doesn't want to go with you? What is this, a marriage or like a kidnapping? Did you kidnap a guy and say, thank God? Oh my goodness, she's not talking about marriage. She's literally talking about having friends. I am not liking where this is going.
If you ever want to go to dinner together, your partner will go with you. It's just so great to always have that built-in friend who's always ready to hang out with you.
Built-in friend? What is this, an app? Oh my God, I feel so bad for this dude. He's probably sleeping from a hard day of work. She's like, let's go watch Sex in the City 2. I'm sorry, modestly sensual activities in the city too. My God. She has a built-in friend. And by the way, I do believe in it. I think it's the cutest thing when the person that you marry or like love is your best friend. That's how I feel. And I think it's the best feeling. But at the same time, goddamn, at least give this man a chance to say no.
And then in the evenings when you're chilling out, you have someone to chill out with.
Oh, he's always there. Always. Do you want to watch a movie? Yes, honey. Do you want to go to dinner? Yep. After dinner, do you want to come back home? Yep. Yeah, I guess. Okay, and then we'll go to bed. Okay. And then when we wake up, we'll have breakfast. All right, okay.
I really can't wait for the time that somebody is waiting for me to get home.
Get a dog. You know how happy dogs are when you come home? They wag their tail so hard, you'd think their ass would fly off. They are so happy. It's like they don't even know where you had left. And when you come back, they're like, oh, she's back. It's so happy. Get a dog. Do you know how happy you'll be when you get a dog?
You're gonna have different interests, you're gonna have different things you wanna do, but most of the time, you'll just have someone there to be with. I remember when I was single in New York, I actually enjoyed being single, but a lot of the time I would just kind of do date days by myself.
I remember when I was single, I actually had fun. As if people who are single are like always miserable. Are you kidding? Do you know how amazing it is to be single? What is wrong with you?
It's really hard to be lonely, and when you're married, you don't have that same fear of loneliness.
That's not at all true. You could be in a marriage and still feel as lonely as ever. Mental health is a big thing. You could still feel lonely and anxious and by yourself, even with someone. Definitely, that's a thing. That's not that marriage is ever going to solve those issues. That comes within yourself. You're expecting marriage to literally take all your problems and erase them like Genie from Aladdin. That's not gonna happen. You need to fix the problems before you even get married, or at least fix them enough so that you can not be a burden on your partner. I'm sorry, Abby, that's not true.
The second thing is you have a 24/7 support system.
Oh my God, I was joking about it. This dude cannot sleep because Abby's like, what? I had a dream. I was rapping. I'm sorry, I'm gonna go back to bed. Oh my God. Unbelievable. 24/7 customer support marriage.
It's an amazing feeling to know that there's always going to be someone on the other end of the phone who you can reach out to if you need to. You know that if you're ever in trouble, there's somebody there.
Can I offer a maybe unpopular opinion? Maybe this is just me coming from a third world country. I think it's important to not have someone at some point in your life. Because there'll be a point in your life, in your long and illustrious life, that you will not have someone when you need someone. And you need to get through that point in time to realize that you're strong enough to do it anyway. And if you can do it anyway, then you can have the support and it becomes that much easier. But when you know that you can get through it alone, then you are the strongest version of yourself. You need to go through that pain in order to grow. I think it's necessary. That's just my personal opinion. I might be wrong, but I don't think that you always need someone.
So your partner is always going to want you to succeed, and it's an incredible feeling to know that you have somebody cheerleading for you on the sidelines. And sometimes they're not even on the sidelines. Maybe they're actually your teammate.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's nice to have someone cheering for you. Yeah, her man is her cheerleader. I would like a cheerleader of my own. I get it. I'm with you, Abby. I get some of the things that you're saying. The other stuff, I completely don't agree with.
Where you've really had a hard time and you haven't had someone there to help. It's kind of scary. It's really hard. Again, I lived in New York for 3 years by myself.
Oh my God. Oh. You lived in New York for 3 years. Oh, how'd you make it out alive? You should come to a third world country and live there by yourself. Ooh, you don't even need to live by yourself. It's even worse with people. Good for you, Abby. I know it's scary, but not everybody has the luxury of finding someone at the opportune time. Sorry about that. Also, New York, please. Like I said, come to a third world country. You'll see what real scariness is.
And there were times where I was ill and there was nobody there to help me. And it's really scary and hard. And now I have somebody there who's always going to help, who always wants to help, and who's going to go out of his way to help.
So you want a doctor at this point is what you want a dog, a doctor, and a friend.
Number 3 is that you can actually start planning your future.
She didn't plan a goddamn future until she got married. She was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh my God. That's so true. All the dreams I have about me being a director and a singer and an actor, out the window. As soon as I get married, I can really start planning my dream of getting a caravan and cooking meth and hopefully selling that to get money. Thank you, Abby. I understand that.
You don't have that person who is going to change those things, who is going to help you decide when you're going to have kids, and who's going to help you know if you're going to work full time and all of those things. But when you get married, you can really start to make those plans.
I guess I'm gonna start planning really when I get married. This was all just some fake. Damn it. What is all my vision boards for? I might as well have given them to Stevie Wonder. Nobody's gonna see that.
Getting married changes everything. All of a sudden you have a timeline for when you want to start a family, when you guys want to move, where you guys want to live. All of those things change.
True, but still, I think you should still keep your individuality enough so that you achieve your dreams, because if you don't, you're going to start holding that against your partner in the future and be like, oh, 20 years ago, I always wanted to be this. And I know that because of my family. Let me not go more into detail with that, but I know that people hold resentment for the things that they don't do. So please, if you're going to get married, still keep your dreams. Account for other people's, account for your partner's, but don't let go of what you had. Whatever she's saying, she sings opera. Don't.
Like, I didn't know that I would live in Virginia and then live in Nebraska. I never would have guessed that. But then when I married my husband, I knew I had to go with him because my job is flexible. I can work from anywhere.
What is your job, actually? What the hell do you do? Please don't tell me you go around singing at people.
Don't you remember as a kid, you were like, by the time I'm 20, I'm going to be married, have a house, all of these crazy things that when you hit 24, you're like, well, none of that happened.
I mean, for some people it would have happened, but yeah, okay. Yeah, it's pretty sad, man. The climate of economy does not allow you to have things like a house very often at 20, and thus, why would you find a partner, or how easy is it for you to find a partner when none of your priorities seem to be going right? Ugh. Why'd you bring me down to reality like that? I was happy wearing my damn poncho, just thinking about the breeze.
That's a really awesome thing about being married that you kind of don't think about, that you all of a sudden are able to make more secure plans.
I like how she didn't ever talk about the person. Like, she's like, this is what's good about marriage. I can call upon him 24/7 like a genie. I just rub his lamp, he wakes up, he's like, what's up? You know? I can just get him to hang out with me. I'm like, let's go watch a movie. If he says no, he's not sleeping in my house. I love marriage because I can do so much. It's like less about him and more about the concept of, I guess, security to her. Security and having... She seems like a person who needs that security, whether that be emotionally, financially, or just physically. She needs to be secure, and that's sort of what she's saying from my assessment of it. She's just not happy to be alone, or thinks it's pretty scary being alone, which it is, but you need to navigate that, so...
Number 4 is that you'll have somebody there to make you better. They'll see things in you that they want you to be better about. For me, I wasn't good at staying in touch with my friends.
You don't say, do you? You know, and your partner was like, hey, Abby, why don't you call your friends? And she's like, well, you're the only one in my phone contact. I've heard of the word friends and I've seen the show, but what do you mean? And your partner had to be like, okay, we got to make you some friends. Because I think that's what happened.
I really just didn't reach out to them as often as I should have. And my husband is great at that. He would call his friends, have hour-long chats with them.
My husband is great at that. He would call his friends for hours. Fuck, man. What the f*** is this? I need to get out of here. This is like Get Out for white people. Oh my gosh, he's in the other room.
And when I got married, my husband told me, he said, I think that you would benefit from really reaching out to your friends, even if they're not in the same city as you. And all of a sudden, I had this whole different perspective on my friendships.
You needed your husband to tell you to keep up with your friends, Oh my God, this woman is crazy. What was she doing before her husband? Was she just waiting, sitting like this? Like Forrest Gump or something? Mama always said my husband's gonna come to some bus stop. I'm just gonna wait. I feel so sorry for Abby. Abby, I hope that you get some more good friends that you like hanging out with, my girl. You need some good friends.
Like for myself, I didn't realize that I wasn't great at conflict. Even when it was important for me to talk to people about things, I just wasn't good at doing that. And my husband pointed that out to me, and it's made me a better person.
I would have loved to have been there. I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall when her husband's like, Abby, please don't throw that, please. I'm sorry. Look, you're not great at conflict. You just leave and you don't even have friends, Abby. Who do you talk to? You talk to me as if you're him. You're like, oh, my husband's a bitch, but you're texting me, Abby.
That you have somebody there who wants to help you grow. And it's really hard to do that on your own. So that's a wonderful thing about marriage that I'm so glad I have the benefit of.
It is hard to do on your own, and she's right. It's lovely to find a partner who will actually help you, but at the same time, you have to account for the fact that maybe you need to be in a position where you're good enough, because if you're horrible, you might treat the person that you love badly because you're not fully there yet. So those are things to consider. I don't think she's wrong in what she's saying. I just thought that was an interesting point. But yeah, Abby's probably right about that.
The last wonderful thing about marriage is that you don't know the value in your own life until you're living for another person.
That's somewhat true, but also not really true. But I can fully see where she's coming from. But don't minimalize your self-worth besides that. You don't need to be married to feel like a person who's worthwhile. I know what she's saying. Like the value of caring for another person beyond your own is amazing. I get it. If you don't get married ever, don't ever feel like a less person. Or if... You know what I mean? Just take that with a grain of salt, please.
When you are constantly just living for your own self and constantly chasing your desires, you're not really recognizing the meaning of your life.
You can live for others without getting married. Like, I can do it now by helping other people or making other people happy. It makes me happy, genuinely. And I feel this sense of self-fulfillment that I'm doing something beyond just me. And that's how I feel. I'm sure if and when I get married, I'll feel the same way about the other person. But even today, even if you want to feel good about yourself, I think doing something good for another person is just as worthwhile and fulfilling for yourself without being self-fulfilling, if that makes sense. I think it's important to know that you don't have to literally put a ring on it in order to feel complete as a human being. It might help, but I don't think it's the end-all be-all. She's talking about marriage like it's the final boss or something.
And it's so great because it really prepares you to have a child. You're caring...
What if you don't want a baby? What happens, Abby? You don't have to want a kid all the time. You can not want a baby and still have a happy marriage, I'm pretty sure.
You have to take care of your partner even though they've chosen to be with you and they can take care of themselves. And then when you have a child, when that child comes into the world and it really does need you and it can't survive without you, you already have those things in place.
I don't think taking care of your husband is the same as taking care of your child. Both of them might suck a titty, sure, but like, besides that, I don't think, you don't have to change your husband's diapers, or maybe you do, but that's some crazy You know what I mean? I don't know if necessarily preparing for a husband is like getting a baby. That's the same thing as saying getting a dog is like getting a child. I think there's big differences. But, go Abby.
I am so glad that I got married 2 years ago to my wonderful husband. And this list is just a tiny portion of reasons why marriage is amazing.
And that is classical Abby. That's your goal right there. That is traditional values. In fact, I just looked at her posts on Instagram and it says digital creator, wife and mama, 105,000 on YouTube. By the way, I love when people flex how many subscribers they have in their bio on YouTube. Mine should say 500,000. Woo! Classic living, traditional values. Let's be classic. Her email literally says classicalabby382@gmail.com, which infers that 381 other people were called Classical Abby before she figured out that name, which is just hilarious. And she's followed, unbelievably, of all people, by Drake. Drake would follow her. That's just absolutely fantastic. She's also got a website and a podcast, and I am listening to none of that because I am done for the day. I think I figured out how to become a good girl. And let's just recap this before we leave and put on our modesty suits and go out in public. First of all, you need a dress for everyone. You can't dress for your man or yourself. That's stupid. Wear a poncho. Secondly, don't have a nice body. If you're gonna be 50 years old, have an ugly body. Time wins, so just die. And also, you hold out for your man. Don't ever put out. Okay, don't. If he wants the sex, you give him less. Sex just sucks anyway, so you didn't want to have it. And, the only reason that you get married is that you can make your partner do things. And not just do things, but they do it 24/7, support. And then the last thing and not least is once you finally get married, you can start planning a future. So, that would be good. So now that you can plan your future, all you need to know is that getting married is amazing. But as we all know, 50% of marriages end in divorce. And let's just, for the record, heads, I stay married. Tails, I get divorced. I'm not even married, but... Oh, it looks like I'm staying married. Awesome. Okay, cool. Whew. Now that that's over, I think that I'm finally ready to be a good wife to my husband. And I am dressed really modestly, mind you. I'm in the baggy clothes and I am going to go out and find my man. Hopefully you girls are as well. And if you're a guy watching this, find a man as well. Classical Abby told us to. We're just going to have to. Take care of yourselves. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. I cannot wait to see you on the next video. And once again, thanks for everything. Bye-bye.